They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target, and it's 3rd down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Lamb will go in motion. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a handoff up the middle. Cooley. He'll get this down to the 38. The Cowboys at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Cooley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
47.
Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Yeah!
Up the middle they go. Cooley. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Prescott now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Marquise Bell in on that stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They run it again with Cook. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Set. 59, 59. Ready.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 11 more on that one and another first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on third down. Here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Cook. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. James Cook with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Next to score, Chargers 7, Cowboys 3. Cameron Dicker kicks off for the Chargers.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
47.
Now Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cooley. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Now 3rd down and 7. Prescott to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. So the false start will back them up 5. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
There we go. 26.
To throw is Prescott. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
This is all about testing a defense at different levels. Both the tight end and the receiver outside are going to run matching dig routes at varying depths down the field. This gives your quarterback options. He decides to go with his tight end on the shorter route, and he made the right call.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. 2nd and 10. Flowers going to go in motion right. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47.
Here's Prescott. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down.
Well, he's been a busy man in this first half. They've targeted him quite a bit, including both plays here to start this drive. And until that defense starts reacting a little better, they may just keep going back to him.
Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Looking to throw. Prescott. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Prescott yet again. Escaping the pressure right. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is now 10-7. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. You know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Herbert now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. .31 yards on the punt there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, his arm strength, never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Cook up the gut. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
A short throw caught by Andrews. Look at the big fella go. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, LA! Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Back to throw now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Hey, kill!
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent. And I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And that ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34.
Going to 53.
He'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Yeah, here we go. 47. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. 180. 186.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
We don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go. At 47. 26.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick here is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, go line. Set. 180.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 3rd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ray.
Here's Cook again. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Mark Andrews. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score, Chargers 28, Cowboys 13. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run on first down. Cooley. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Throwing. Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah! Here we go!
Prescott now. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout. and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They start the drive with Cook, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Now it's Herbert. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
That pass complete to Moore.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He's got it. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year.
And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Herbert.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Cook. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And this offense on third down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Up the middle, it's Cook. Shrugs him off.
And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
21.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
He's going to be very close to a 1st down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Los Angeles, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get another road date next.